Night had fallen on London, the street lamps flickering to life reluctantly, cycling lazily through from dull red hues to orange glares. The lights in the windows of houses and apartments flicking on one by one, silhouetting those within. High in the skies above, a heavy blanket of cloud was settling over the city, harboring thick, heavy rain that was just biding its time, waiting patiently to pelt down on the unsuspecting populace below. In Highgate Village, the Miller family sat down to eat what would turn out to be their final meal together. The rain crashing down mercilessly on the roof, slashing against the windows. The downpour was so loud, they almost didn't hear the 3 identically spaced knocks on the door. The 4 glanced to one another, none of them certain that there had even been a knock. After all, the rain that continued to pummel their house from seemingly every angle made it sound like there was a constant barrage of taps, cracks, and rat-a-tats all around them. When they did not hear any further indication of anyone at the door, specifically listening out for the ring of a bell, they resumed their last supper, passing dishes around and filling up their plates with ravenous anticipation of the culinary delights awaiting them. Before any of them could dig in, the knocking came again, louder this time. 3 hard knocks. There was no denying it. Someone was at the door, standing out in the harsh storm, right on their doorstep. It was not late enough to consider it overly suspicious, at least. And although it was a curious event, Rob Miller excused himself from the table and rose to his feet to see who might be visiting amidst such terrible weather. The 3 family members sat around the table, heard the whining creak of the front door opening, and after what seemed like an eternity, they heard the faint sound of the front door close, and waited impatiently for their patriarch to walk back through their unnecessarily labyrinthine home. As he stepped into the dining room, eyebrows arched and heads cocked, for he was not alone. Rob Miller held the door open for his guest to walk ahead of him, a young girl of no more than 7 or 8, in a filthy nightdress that was soaked through. Her skin was sickly and pallid, looking almost diaphanous in the white glow of the energy-saving bulbs that lit the room. Her hair was thin and frail, blonder than blonde, a messy and dull alabaster mop atop her head. And her eyes were like no eyes any of the Miller family had seen before. The whites rippled and wrinkled, pruned like skin in a bath, the irises monochromatic, as if all the color and vibrancy had been sapped from them, and the pupils were almost a centimeter in diameter, as if they were struggling to take in all the light they could to enable sight.
"Who's this?"
Mary Miller asked, curious at the visitor that appeared to be joining their dinner. Those would turn out to be the last words Mary Miller ever spoke. The girl walked towards the table, circling around it. As she came close to each of the diners in turn, the questions, queries, and confusion fled from their minds. A calm silence wafted over their thoughts, all objections muted, as she took a seat at the head of the table.